We're going to go into rapid fire right here. So anybody got any questions so far? So far, so good? Thank you all for your attention. Set goals, right across it, live their visions. This is the difference between leaders and managers, between guys and girls, car guys and car girls, and car leaders and girl leaders. Convince people, influence people. I'm not asking you to stand up and convince somebody how to do something. If I had a big enough gun and a big enough pocket, I'm going to convince people of a lot of things. Am I right? I'm going to either pay you to do it or I'm going to threaten you to do it. Either way, you're going to do it. I'm not asking you to convince you guys. I'm asking you to be influenced. React to change, implement change. There's a big difference, isn't there? Reacting to change is you're just being part of the future. Implementing change, you're helping to create the future. And there's a big difference there. Simply, what if the future is somebody else's idea? You excited about that? I want the future to be my idea. I want it to fit my needs. I want it to fit my goals. I want it to fit my family's needs and goals. I want it to fit my friends, my people. That's why I have to what? Implement change. Have good intentions, follow through. Man, I had the best intention in the whole world. I intended to come in at 8:30 in the morning and have a training class, but I showed up at 8:35 because there was traffic. I had to go get my coffee, and my salespeople by then had a couple of customers, so I did not have my training class. But I tell you what, man, I intended to have my training class. Seriously, I promise. Cross my fingers. Seriously now. Big difference, isn't it? Take credit. Take responsibility. We are #1 in the country. It's mine. I'm the one that did that. Well, that's taking credit. Taking responsibility is, man, a couple of my guys didn't make as much money as they should, and their daughter did not have those red shoes that she wanted because they did not make enough money. A couple of my guys did not make their mortgage payment. But we're #1 in the country. How does that work? Think of self, act for others. Build their wealth. Reveal another wealth. The biggest, most important thing in my life is to see somebody on my team, on our team, do great. I get so excited when one of my guys break an all-time best record. He's making 10 grand, next month made 15. He making 15, next month made 20. There's no privacy at that point because I'm going to tell the world about that. Not to brag, to celebrate. To celebrate him or her. Look for who's to blame. Fix what went wrong. Now, here's the deal. Don't fix that one particular thing, but please fix the cause of that particular thing. Who can give me an example? Something went wrong, you go out there and fix it. Who can give me an example? Whether it's something in funding, sales process, service department, appointment. Come on, there's a lot of code red calls in the dealership, isn't there? Go ahead. Did everybody hear what she said? Mr. Stivers, did you hear? She's talking about a finance office a problem. For example, somebody had a funding problem. They found out that the proof of residence, for example, is not there. And because the deal got packaged wrong, it went to the finance company. Now they dug into the deal a little further. They found other things. But because of her skill, her talent, she went in and fixed that problem. She got the deal funded. True, in 10, 11, 12, 15 days. But what ended up happening is we paid a lot more on contract and transit and interest and all that stuff. But you still what? Fixed it. You called the customer, you asked them to do it, to get you a proof of residence, and you packaged the deal properly, and you sent it to the bank. She said, well, you know what we should do is have, for example, a checklist. And that checklist, we go over the funding stuff right up front. And after we do the deal, we act like we're funders. We're trying to find something wrong in there. And we eliminate all that wrong stuff. And all of a sudden, because of that checklist, because of that thought process, because of that process in general, now we're not going to have a problem with funding, right? And then there for now and ever after, what just happened? We fix what? Fix the cause of the problem versus just the problem. By the way, while we're still here, for the next 5 days, a lot of you guys are going to be sitting here saying, man, I wish this guy was here. I wish my team manager was here. I wish my friend was here. I wish my general sales manager was here. I wish my special finance director was here. I promise you, during this seminar, there's going to be a situation where you're going to say, I wish this person is here. Good news. Okay? We're going to have this seminar again. You can bring them back. Just kidding, guys. That's not it. That's not it. We are going to have this seminar again. It's only twice a year. But more importantly is this. You're here for you. Some of you are dealers and brought your whole team. Some of you are dealers and brought one guy. Some of you dealers brought 3, 4 guys. Do me a favor, man. Don't worry about them. They're here. They're listening. If we say the right thing and they're prepared to hear it, they're going to hear it. And they're going to do it. We're here for you. And you need to be here for you. You need to be somewhat little, what? Selfish. Don't think all day long that, I wish this guy here, I'm glad this guy beside me is here. But I tell you, I've been trying to tell him this for the last year or two. No, you're here for you. Because something very special is going to be said and you're going to hear it and it's for you. Because you are the most important person in the whole world. Because without you, you can't take care of everybody else. Fair enough? So I want you all to be a little bit selfish today. Success formula, the right people. The right people. Some of us to this day are harboring salespeople that sell less than 10 cars. Give me a break. Okay? I mean, come on. 20 years ago, they were selling 10 cars. 10 years ago, they were selling 10 cars. 30 years ago, some of you have been in the business 30 years, and they're still selling 10 cars. Now we got computers, Dealertrack, finance companies, NADA books, Kelley Blue books, auctions, internet, blah, 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 blah. And they're still selling 10 cars. Is it possible that that's okay? Is it really possible that that's okay? So the right people, sub-10 salespeople versus special forces. Who's the special force? The guy that keeps improving every time. If he starts with 8, 2 months from now, he's at 11. 3 months from now, he's at 14. Not 14 cars in 3 months, 14 average. And he keeps improving. This guy's selling 25 cars a month. How many of you guys would like to have a 25 car month every month? Every month, though. Every month he's selling 25 cars. Who's in? It's a great start in my opinion. And let me tell you why. Because I've had salespeople that sold 25 cars in 3 months in a row, and they got sat down and they got written up and they got discussed in a certain way. They said, how come you're not improving? Is that true, Daryl? Did he get written up like officially in his book, you know, and got put on a watch list and certain privileges got taken away?
Yeah, that's not right.
25 cars. Why? Because we insist on them what? Getting better. Constant and never-ending improvement. Am I right or am I right? The right process. In my opinion, the only thing that you can control in a dealership right now is the process part. The only thing you can control is the process. And this process goes into a much bigger version, as in, is it the right process to have the right people? Is it the right process to have the right marketing? Yes. But the process is the only thing you can you control the economy? Can you control the weather? Sporting events. I put a bet in last night on the Patriots. They won and I still lost. Smart guy, right? Awesome. I couldn't control how they play, could I? I couldn't control how many points they can score, could I? You can't control how many customers are going to say yes to your customers. But what you can do is put a process in place to do what? To maximize on every opportunity. That's the only thing you can control. Part of the process is to get the most amount of leads, whether it's through TV, advertising, whatever, and then part of the process is to answer the phone correctly. Am I right? Part of the process is to demand a certain amount of appointments every day. True? And part of the process, when the customers show up, what do? They follow the correct sales process. That's the only thing you can control. And now you just have to go and work on your unfair share of leads, unfair share of appointments, and unfair share of hard work. So you can get your unfair share of what? Rewards. Number 3, the correct advertising. Big budgets versus big results. Is that true? Big budget doesn't mean big results? I know of a certain dealer that spent $212,000 in 2 months in advertising. How many cars did they sell? 12. So, Helmy, that's pretty hard. I know. I'm sure they worked hard on it. But the bottom line is I also know of a lot of dealers that spend $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 in advertising, and they increase it to 160, and they were selling 70, 80 cars a month, and by increasing it by double, twice as much money, they only succeeded to sell another 15 cars. Is advertising the key? Is it the answer? No, but listen, make no mistake about it. It's extremely important. It's a very competitive world, and we need to grab everybody's attention. But advertising is not the only answer. I believe it's okay for you to advertise big if you're maximizing on the results, right? Three keys to implementing change. 1, create a compelling vision. People want to be part of something very great, right? What is the vision? I don't know. Is it every salesman making more than 10 grand? Is that a good vision? Every manager making more than 15. Is that a good vision? Us being #1 in the country and taking care of our people, and more importantly, taking care of our customers to the point that everybody feels like they are what? Family. Is that a compelling vision? Whatever the vision is, you have to put it in, and it has to what? Grab everybody within your team. 2, simplify the message. Break it down to barnyard level. Break it down to barnyard level. Make it very, very simple. If you think your message is a little bit over the top of the guy in the service department, the mechanic, for example, the guy that works on a lane to change oil, change it. Or explain it to him, either way. But it needs to be very simple. Train and ingrain the process to both employees and your customers to set expectation and minimize resistance. We train our salespeople to explain the process to our customers. Our customers would come in and explain to our salespeople after we explained this so much that, hey, listen, man, you told me that I'm going to have to go and meet with this guy. How come I'm not meeting with this guy? The customer all of a sudden say, I want to do this. Because we explain it to them. Dream big, plan small. Do the easy stuff first, guys. Do the what? I remember one of my managers a long time ago that says, Helmy, you have 10 people to call. Which one are you going to call first? And of course, me being the big shot, I said, man, I'm going to call this customer. Why? Well, he just gave me a hard time, and I want to get it out of the way. No, don't do that. Get the small stuff. Create some momentum. Get some of the stuff that is easy. Make it fun. Make it fun. So if you have 10 things to do, find the least stuff that's going to take the least amount of what? Effort. And get it done. And just make it perfect. And brag about it. Sometimes you just got to have to laugh at yourself. It's okay. All right? Create a plan. What needs to be done? Who's responsible? When will it happen? If you don't answer all those questions with your leadership and then transfer it to the rest of the people, what will happen? Confusion. With confusion, what happens? Muddied water. Muddied water, what happened? You can't see where you're going. The best thing that can happen is nothing. The worst thing that can happen is you keep going, but you go in the wrong direction. Now you're going to do what? Back up, right? Track the results. You know, as a leader, job 1 is to track results. As a matter of fact, I would say manage by results. Enough. Enough lip service. Please. Please, enough. Hey, I'm going to do a good job for you. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to bust my you-know-what for you. Okay, great. 9:35. He hasn't showed up yet. He means well. No. No, we're tracking results. This guy says, man, I'm at 4,000 a copy. For you, that's good talk, you know. For me, let me see the sheet. You're at 38.23. You're not at 4. Well, I mean, it's close. No, it's not. It's not close. You either is or you ain't. And the thing about it is, if he says I'm at 4 and I acknowledge him at 4 and that's the goal that he had, does he have a reason to improve? He's done. That's the difference. You know what? I've learned that the hard way. I worked for a very incredible, nice gentleman by the name of Roy Greenblatt, and I was that guy that told him, man, I'm at 4 plus a copy. And he said, that's good, Helmy. And for the people that know Roy, you know exactly how that went, right? He said, that's great. Let me show you. He brought me in, and he spread out the spreadsheets, and he said, you're at 38 plus. And this is me now he's talking to, right? I mean, my head is what? I mean, that's why they had double doors, because, you know, at that point, we're #1 in the country. My salespeople are giving me high fives. We're rocking, dude. 45% net to gross. We're killing it. We're smoking it. And Roy goes, sits down and he says, are you at 4? I said, no. He said, all right, are we going to talk about 4 anymore? I said, no, not till we hit it. He says, all right, let's go big. Man, I went outside that door so just fired up about it. The next guy got assassinated. I mean, you know, just destroyed. Everybody, all my salespeople say, what do you mean, dude? It's only 50 bucks. I know, we're at $39.50. I need that $50 down payment. And that's what happens to good people when you put them on the money. The worst thing that Roy could have done is pat me on the back and said, man, just keep going. That's the worst thing that he could have done. You got to get called out on it every once in a while. He did. And for that, I thank him.